Hi, and welcome to the Infobright Kafka Load Processor installation tutorial. KLP is a Kafka sync connector that loads data directly into IE from a Kafka topic or topics. This offers a number of advantages, such as the ability to utilize existing data sources to load into IE, use the handshaking ability between KLP and Kafka to ensure data delivery, use the Kafka central store to recover data in the case of a need, and also transform that data during ingestion so that it is in a format that is appropriate. There are just a few prerequisites to get KLP installed. It must be used with an IE Postgres instance. This is not supported with IE MySQL. It must be installed on a CentOS 7 version. That server can be the same server that is supporting the IE Postgres instance, one of the Kafka servers, or a third-party location server. There must be a working Kafka instance located. This, of course, might be obvious, but we are not going to be going through from an Infobright standpoint and supporting or installing the Kafka instance itself. Java 8 must also be installed on the server that's going to be supporting the KLP instance. And network access to both Kafka and IE must be available from whatever server it has been decided to be installed on. Next, we're going to walk through how to actually download, install, and put that application on the server. The KLP software comes as a standard RPM download. Simply download the software onto the server that you're going to be using and run the standard RPM-I command to install the software onto the server. This software will be installed in the user local Infobright-products KLP directory. The next step will be to create a KLP configuration directory and copy the KLP configuration sample files into that directory so we can edit them for our unique instance. Using the make directory command, create the directory user local Infobright products KLP _config. Once this is completed, copy from the samples location the connect distributed properties, the Kafka Connect IB JSON, and the Kafka Connect IB properties files. These files will be used to configure your system in a little bit. Edit the Kafka Connect IB.json file. In this case, we'll be using VI. For our demonstration, we'll be using mostly the stock configuration parameters that are inside of this. These will work and are available, but you will need to change those based on your system and configuration. Some of the key elements are going to be the number of tasks max, topics. You will need to have the topics of what your actual application is going to be using. In this case, we're going to be using the test topic. You also have to change where the server is if it's not at the local host. In this case, it is for us. The port that it's being accessed on, the login. In our case, we're going from root to Postgres and other such parameters. So go through the file and go ahead and set those to whatever you are set for on your system. Once completed, you can go ahead and save the file, and we're ready to move on to the next one. The Kafka Connect IB.properties file also needs to be edited. Open this up using whatever VI tool or editor that you would like. Inside, we'll go ahead and make similar changes to we did to the previous file. Such things as localhost, the passwords, and the other settings for your particular instance. Once this is completed, we go ahead and save that, and it'll be ready for use. The Kafka Connect IB jar file needs to be placed in the Kafka server so it is available for operation. And this server, in my case, it's available on the same server that I'm running, so I'm simply going to move it to the libs directory of the Kafka instance. You can do this, or it can be moved to wherever you have your Kafka server. With all the files in place and ready to go, we can go ahead and start our Kafka connector so we can start loading data. We move to the bin directory and run the connect-distributed.sh file, also providing the parameters for the files that we've gone ahead and created, being the connect distributed properties. This will fire off the connector. You'll see a screen roll through all the different parameters as they load. You'll know when you're done when it finishes and it says info Kafka Connect started. The final setup step is to actually let the Kafka instance know about the Kafka connector. This is done by running the curl command that will go ahead and place the JSON file into the Kafka instance and get that loaded and talking to our connector. That completes the installation. Next, we need to restart the service and start loading in data. When we restart the connector this time, you'll notice as it's going through the parameters where it'll be showing the different column definitions. This means we have good communication with the IEE instance as well as talking to the Kafka topic that we want to grab. This means we're ready to grab data and insert it into IEE. To test this, we're going to push a text file into the topic and watch it load into IEE. Here we are pushing the text file out. You'll see that it's pumping into the Kafka topic called test topic, and then it increments and updates the table T. We can now see that we are doing a good flow and we're ready to push real data across to the table and use our Kafka topic to generate data into IEE. This concludes the installation of the Kafka connector. Hopefully this is helpful and gives you a good idea how to get started and get running. There's of course more information in the Kafka connector manual. This goes into great detail on what the parameters that need to be set up and also includes a step-by-step instructions on how to make this work.